U.S. Navy recruits. Young men who come from all over the country, from different backgrounds, for different reasons, and with different goals. But each will face the same test, a test of character, strength, and determination. It is a test of their ability to meet the challenge offered by the U.S. Navy. Graduate from boot camp, they're filled with the pride of accomplishment and the feeling of a job well done. A far cry from the young men who arrived at Recruit Training Command San Diego just 9 weeks earlier.
Right now I'm real nervous. I'm nervous because I don't know what to expect. I've been told a lot of different things about the Navy, good and bad, so I don't know. I'm just going in it head first.
I'm nervous. I'm anxious, really, too. I've been waiting all day. I really want to, get in and do something, I guess. So I'm nervous. I think it's a good word.
Okay, from now on, the last words out of your mouth. Yes, sir, no, sir, aye, aye, sir. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where you're going is receiving and outfitting. First thing you're going to do is you're going to get out, get in a single file line. You're going to get your orders out. Do not take them out in the manila envelope. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
For the recruits, there is a feeling of uncertain anticipation as they go through processing and receive their essentials. They receive and change into Navy sweats or Smurf gear and send their civilian clothing home. When the recruits finally get ready for bed, they realize that their transition into sailors has begun, and they can only wonder what the next day holds.
Get out of your racks! Right now, get up! Up tall! Get in front of your racks! Get out of your racks! You're gonna grab those sweats, you're gonna put it on! Put it on, do it! Get out of your racks, Chris!
They was real puzzled that morning, and everybody had that look of, oh gosh, what to do, We all fell out. We lined up for chow, and we really didn't know where we was going. We was marching in the dark, and went to the galley. And the galley crew really, I think, puzzled a lot of us, like 2 hands on tray at all time, and they were trying to, get your cup and get the drink at the same time, and they're yelling at you 2 hands on tray at one time. There's no way.
Mama, mama, can't you see?
Mama, mama, can't you see?
What the Navy's done to me?
What the Navy's done to me?
They made me eat a galley five.
They made me eat a galley five.
I'll eat some more if I survive.
I'll eat some more if I survive.
Whoa, put me in a barber's chair.
They put me in a barber's chair.
Spun me round, I had no hair.
They spun me round, I had no hair.
It was really hard when they cut it off because, I was bald, and that was the first time I've been bald in, years. I was like, gosh, what am I going to do? It took me so long to, grow this. And I was crying the blues for the first 2 weeks, but you know, I guess it's just another obstacle you have to you have to conquer.
Everybody move up one. Mama, mama, can't you see?
Mama, mama, can't you see?
What the Navy's done to me?
What the Navy's done to me?
I used to wear Levi jeans.
I used to wear Levi jeans.
Now I'm wearing dungarees.
Now I'm wearing dungarees.
Whoa,
Whoa,
whoa, whoa. Left, 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 right, left, left, left. Column up left, march! Left.
Once the recruits have received their first uniform issue, all signs of individuality are gone. The recruits then go to their barracks and meet the men who will guide them through each step of their training.
I'm Chief Petty Officer Bell, okay? I will be with you for the next 9 weeks. Most of you. For the next 9 weeks. The only way you're gonna make it through here is if you put your mind to it. If you have any doubt, you're gonna have problems. I will not hold one individual hand in this company and personally lead them through training. You're gonna lead yourselves through training because you're gonna work as a team. No one individual can graduate from recruit training command. Everybody understand that?
yes, sir.
Okay, now.
First thing I want to get to them is teamwork. I want to try to instill teamwork, get them to working together, functioning as a cohesive unit, because the way I look at it is that you got to have everybody giving 100%, and one person's 100% might not be as good as another one's, but it is all towards achieving the same goal, and that is functioning as a unit or as a team in order to achieve the ultimate goal, so far as getting through basic training.
Don't set yourself up for failure. Get your girlfriend, mom, dad, all those particular problems, and think about the task at hand. And it's an important task. It's one that's going to build you up mentally as well as physically. But first, you've got to clear your mind from all the other distractions and concentrate and be focused.
From the start, you let them know that you're there for them. If something is bothering a recruit, and a lot of recruits think, well, wow, why did I do this? I may have made a mistake. We try to let them know, no, it's not necessarily a mistake that you made, but if you do have something that's bothering you and if you don't tell us, then there's no possible way we can help you. So if you tell us, we'll try to get to the problem, get to the root of it, solve it for you. Then that way it makes learning a lot quicker and a lot easier. You're able to comprehend and understand exactly what is expected of you while you're in boot camp.
5, fully extended, 2, fully extended.
During the first 4 days, or P days, the recruits go through additional processing and a series of tests that ensures that they are ready to begin their training. It is an intense period, and the stress of a new experience can sometimes get the best of a recruit.
Yeah, that first round of shots was a little tough. I wasn't really used to getting that many shots. I hadn't really had that many in my life, and it was just that rushing through and all the excitement that was going on, and got a little lightheaded.
Take some deep breaths. Okay? Take some deep breaths. That's it. You're doing real good. Doing real good.
The second time was real easy because I'd already been through it and just kind of walked in, let them shoot me in both arms, and kept on going. Nothing to it.
Back to reality. Here we are.
Before we actually start training, we want to make sure that the recruits are ready to go. Any personal problems in their record, or any medical problems, or any dental problems, anything that is majorly that is wrong, we need to make sure that we get them taken care of before we move on through training, so that recruit won't be hampered once we start training, so we can identify the problems early and get him moving on through training. The P-Days is very important because you don't want any recruits to miss any portion of the P-Days or the processing days. That way we want to make sure that once we step out on the 1-1 day, that's the day of commissioning, that all the recruits are ready to go and we're ready to start training.
Good morning, men. I'm Master Chief Asian, your divisional officer. Welcome to Recruit Training Command in the United States Navy. Company numbers 162 and 163 have been assigned to you.
On the 1-1 day of training, The company is officially formed up at the commissioning ceremony.
The proudest thing of those recruits is they know that the training is going to start. The division officer comes up and he gives them a speech on, the responsibilities of being a recruit, the decisions that they've made, and the decision that's going to stay with them a lifetime. He want to make sure that the company manager themselves is ready to assume that company. They also get their flags on that day, and then from that point on, that's when it starts.
The first step is the PT in-dock. Here, the recruits are introduced to the physical aspects of their training.
9, sir, 10, sir, 11, sir, 12, sir, 13, sir, 14, sir, 15, sir.
But what it's actually about is to see how far along a guy might be or how far away he might be from actually, in fact, being physically fit. Any place you go, you have standards and stuff like this. So we have the minimum standards that a person should be able to do this amount of push-ups, 35, I think, push-ups, 25 sit-ups in 2 minutes. But you do have actually, in fact, people who can't do 10 push-ups correctly, who cannot do those 25 or 35 sit-ups correctly, and not be able to run a mile and a half in 13 minutes. So all it is just gives you the framework to see what people may be lacking in, what areas they may be lacking in, what may be some of their strong points.
I always try to be upfront with the recruits, and I let them know what the requirements are so far as physical readiness, because a lot of these recruits that come in haven't done physical fitness in months or years, so we really work hard to get them up to the standards, the Navy standards, where they need to be in order to graduate from boot camp.
Navy! Navy! Motivated! 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 1 mile! 1 mile! No sweat! No sweat! 2 miles! 2 miles! 3 miles! 3 miles! Here we go! Here we go! 4 miles! 4 miles! Tell me more! Tell me more! Up in the morning with the rising sun! Up in the morning with the rising sun! We're gonna run, run, run until the day is done! We're gonna run, run, run until the day is done!
Use whatever it takes to help you remember these things. Because in shock, pulse.
The first week of training is one of adjustment for the new recruits. When they're not attending classes, they are preparing themselves for the upcoming Division Compet. During the Compet period, companies go through a series of tough inspections designed to build 2 things: teamwork and attention to detail.
Check the checkpoints. Turn your back to the centerboard. Page, chapter, book, upper right-hand corner. Single fold going toward the centerboard. Seam of the pillowcase going toward the footing of the rack. Everybody understand that? Yes, sir. You've got to check the checkpoints.
The division compet basically lasts a week, and it's within the division, and it's competition between the companies within the division. It consists of several different evolutions, 3 personnel inspections, a couple of barracks inspection, and it consists of the individual recruit evaluation. And the company that scores the least amount of hits on all the inspections, personnel and barracks, and the RE receives the division star.
The Division Compet is no gimme. Just because a company is doing quite well for the 2-1 and 2-2 inspection, they could fall flat on their face for the 2-4, which is the RE.
Division officer is Master Chief Petty Officer Ajon, sir.
The final stage of the Division Compet is the individual recruit evaluation. The tension has never been higher, as each recruit must meet the requirements to continue in training.
Even though that whole day counts against the division compet, it is not a company function, it is an individual recruit's function, in the sense that if he takes 5 hits or more on any of the inspections throughout that day, he will not proceed through training. And it consists of a personnel inspection, a bag lay, and it consists of a bunk drill. So at all those inspections, the recruit cannot take any more than 5 hits or he will be held up in training.
It's normally on this that people really like fall flat on their face, because there's time limits constraints. You have to put in an individual bag lay on the individual bunk. It has to be in a certain order. Inspectors will look at it and make sure that it is. After that, they have a couple of minutes to fold 4 articles of clothing, that being a dungaree shirt, a dungaree trouser, a T-shirt, and a long white wash towel. And they have to do that and meet all the checkpoints. I look at it as what separates the men from the boys.
Okay,
Now! Hey! You guys kick some ass!
The reason they feel so good about RE is that if they go through RE and do real good like this company, they broke a base record with 4 hits. They proved it to themselves that as long as they pay attention to detail, keep their mind on what they're doing, that as long as in the Navy, they won't have no problem. Sports weekend wraps up the whole division compet. It takes place a day after the division compet, and it gives all the companies a chance to kind of relax and let the steam off. It gives them that extra boost of camaraderie and teamwork. And you will see a lot of times at sports weekend where if your company hadn't formed up by the end of that division compet, after sports weekend, they'd be so bundled you wouldn't be able to pull them apart. And in all actuality, sports weekend really is one of the high points of recruit training because it creates team spirit and motivation. After all the events are over with, the awards are given out for all the different athletic events, and then also the Division Star Award is given out for the best company during the division competitive period. And one thing I always try to tell my recruits is that regardless of whether you get an award or not, during sports weekend, be good sportsmen. If there's another company within the division that has achieved the streamer or has taken first place, then that is good. That is fine. Be good sportsmen because they're all winners.
Let him blow, let him blow. Let him blow, let him blow. Let the cold winds blow. Let the cold winds blow. From the east to the west. From the east to the west. U.S. Navy is the best. U.S. Navy is the best.
Everything that the company has done up to this point has been to prepare them for the MED compet, which is Military Evaluation Division competitive period. Now this is the real competitive period because this is the standards that recruit companies must meet in order to graduate from Recruit Training Command.
In addition to the daily PT and the continuing inspections, the recruits also face their first marching or infantry evaluation. It is an important evolution for the company. They are now allowed to march without a company commander present.
This is your safe steam streamer, guys, all right? This is for you guys are allowed to go by yourselves from now on, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The thing you got to remember with this is don't go out there and get those street marks and get it taken away, huh?
Yes, sir. We use a different analogy, a chain of command. Why do we call it a chain? I don't know. I can only consider that a chain is only as strong as the weakest link.
Just as important to the recruits' training is the time they spend in class. The recruits are tested on what they learn there, so study time is provided during the night routine.
One of the things that we try to do is during study time is have full participation. Even if the kid halfway knows the answer, he's still going to give full participation. In the event that everybody doesn't respond as a team, and then we do our Go Navy reps, and that serves like a twofold purpose. For one, it helps them in the upper body strength to get ready for the PT, and it also helps them to come on board with the academics. So it kind of serves like a twofold purpose. And if you notice, the recruits, they really get motivated whenever we do that. So it works out pretty good.
Lastavika. Leslie. Every day we get more and more, huh? Candelario, you even got mail today. I know the world's coming to an end.
The recruits are always excited when mail call rolls around, and the letters from home do wonders for their morale.
You want to kind of check to make sure that everybody gets some mail. If you look at the expressions on their faces after mail call and when they didn't get a letter, you always try to give them that little extra oomph to pep them up. Say, hey, don't worry about it. You know, hey, they're gonna write you. You know, keep on writing them. Next time you got to put stamps on them now so they get them in time. Okay?
It was hard.
You know, you get kind of depressed every day when more mail comes in, all the other guys keep getting all the mail, and you don't get any. You know, you feel a little left out, but it feels good when you do get mail.
Wrap it up. Make sure you put stamps on them.
The recruits also get a chance to write friends and family before lights out and the end of another day at RTC.
Good night. Next thing is we cannot go no more than one deck above the inline deductor. If we're fighting a fire on this deck, he can go up one more deck, and that's it.
During the MED compet period, recruits learn about all aspects of life in the fleet. Each day offers a new challenge, and on their 4-3 day, they face the most dramatic.
Okay, move in!
I think it is actually, in fact, taught in a way that is exciting and fun to learn. Firefighting, as with anything, it's very dangerous, sure, but it's done in such a way that they still grasp and understand what is it they're supposed to know about the concepts or precepts of fire prevention, and also, too, what to do in the event that should a fire take place up on the flight deck or wherever it is that they're working or stationed at a particular time.
They've been learning all of this information in class, and now it's time to put it to work. And recruits, they learn a lot better, especially with the firefighting, when they have hands-on. And you give the recruit the opportunity to have hands-on, that's one of the things that he's going to always remember.
The firefighting was awesome for me. I never, ever thought I'd go through anything like that. It was all hands-on. I mean, even when you go through a lot of different, when you're in high school, you go through field trips, you get to see a lot of things. Even when you go to college, you learn a lot of things. Here, we actually went in, we put on the wetsuits, we had to do the hose, we turned out an actual fire. We went into this fire room filled with fire and just got all hands on, and it was great.
I like the danger part of it. You know, the excitement. You know, I mean, there's kind of a bit of excitement when you're standing there holding the hose, and you know something in front of you is burning, and it's your job, you know, to sit there and try and put it out.
Listen up, gentlemen. Look to your right. That is the way out.
Well, after they come back from firefighting school, they go to chow, and then from chow, we go and take them to the gas chamber. We tell them that the gas pellets that we're going to use, all it's going to do is just make their eyes water. Well, they're kind of nervous. They're kind of scared about this. And so I took it upon myself just to show them that it was no big deal, that I was going to take my mask off with them, too, and show them it was no big deal. They were going to be just coughing a little bit, and that the eyes were going to be tearing, but that would be the extent of it.
Now, remove your mask. Everyone.
It has a big impact because the recruits, they don't know what to expect. And that's the big thing. The company commander, he's been through it before, and he know what to expect. Well, the recruits, you know, you get them bragging, you know, like, yeah, this is not going to be nothing. And then once they get inside and you show them the capsule on how much they're actually inhaling or coming in contact with and the effect that it have on them, it makes them respect tear gas, and it makes them respect that gas mask a whole lot more than they would if I would just sit down in the classroom and tell them about it. So it really takes on true meaning.
I can't open my eyes. Yeah! Mama, mama, can't you see? Mama, mama, can't you see?
By the end of every day, each recruit has a greater sense of achievement, and he realizes as he conquers each challenge, he draws even nearer to graduation. During the 5th week, or service week, recruit training takes a departure from the normal routine. Each recruit is required to work in some capacity on the base.
During the 5th week of training, all the recruits go through service week, which is a 1 week of training that is set aside while all the recruits go to various areas on the base to work. It's the opportunity to disperse recruits out all over the base to keep the base basically functioning efficiently.
In the galley, recruits perform all sorts of tasks, from preparation of meals to serving on the chow line and cleaning the galley between meals.
I was the head messenger at Service Week at the galley, and so I was placed in charge of the galley of all these recruits, 150 recruits total every day. And I was in charge of like giving people their respective jobs and seeing that everything is getting done. And that taught me a lot of responsibility because I was given a job to supervise all these people that work's being done, and I loved it. I really enjoyed it.
At the drill barn, recruits form the drill units that will be featured at graduation. They practice long hours to prepare for their performance at the ceremony.
Mama, mama, can't you see?
Mama, mama, can't you see?
What the Navy's done to me?
What the Navy's done to me?
Standing tall and looking good.
Standing tall and looking good.
Ought to be in Hollywood.
Ought to be in Hollywood.
Whoa,
whoa,
whoa, whoa.
Think about something good now. Something better now.
Following service week, the recruits have portraits and group pictures taken.
All right, looking good, looking sharp. Don't squirm around.
Stare down the barrel of that lens, okay?
They also enjoy singing a song for a company video.
Goodbye, Camp Nimitz. Our boot camp is done. While summer's starting on B1. We're just beginning to have our fun. Goodbye, Camp Nimitz. Goodbye. See ya.
Kill position, hunt.
But all too soon, the training resumes.
What's a good idea to do with a loaded weapon? To put the safety on. Good.
After being instructed in the use of the .45 caliber automatic, recruits are given the opportunity to qualify with the weapon on the B range. The third and last of the MED compet phases also takes place in the week coming off of service week. With final evaluations only a week away, the recruits must get back to the regular routine of training, and strict measures are taken to motivate them.
Break up those legs, count up! Front desk, you look this way, okay? Back up those knees!
They have a tendency to get pretty much relaxed during service week, a little bit too relaxed sometimes during service week, so that once they come off, it's a little bit hard trying to get them back into shape. But when the company commander holds intensive training, the recruits call it mashing, and you would hear the rumor going around through the galley where we're going to get mashed today, or we're going to get beat up by our company commanders, or he's going to beat us today, which is not in the literal sense that they're going to get beat or anything like that. They're actually going to be going through intensive training, and that's one of the tools that the company commander uses to achieve motivation.
On the last weekend before graduation, the companies compete in the DC Olympics. The events are centered around damage control and emergency procedures. And as with Sports Weekend, awards are given to the companies who score highest.
What we're trying to instill a recruit with the Damage Control Weekend, we're trying to instill in them the importance of not only quickly responding to any type of shipboard damage, but to respond quickly and in a correct fashion. All of our events are times just to try to instill that not only is it important that you respond quickly to a shipboard emergency, but you respond correctly at the same time. You can get there quick, but if you don't do it right, then you've lost all value of being on the scene.
Let him blow, let him blow.
Let him blow, let him blow.
Let the cold winds blow.
Let the cold winds blow.
From the east to the
hands-on class in shipboard drills is the last major event before final evaluations. Many aspects of onboard conduct are observed during this evolution.
From the east to the west, U.S. Navy is the best. U.S. Navy is the best.
Upon completion of each evolution or each competitive period, the company receive stars for their company guidon if they cut above the standards that is set forth by MED. And then if the company achieves all competitive evolutions for that competitive period, then they also receive the red star, which is the red J.
That means no street marks, okay, for the whole competitive period. No street marks. This is the most important star on this whole flag, is the red one.
Street marks also count against the company's military proficiency, and what a street mark is in the event that a company is caught not adhering to rules and regulations, then their demerit chits are pulled and then they receive street marks, which count against the proficiency of the company score.
Straight through.
How you feeling this morning?
Fine, sir.
Feel fine, huh?
The last stars are cut for personnel and barracks inspections, marching, and academics. When a company exceeds the overall standards, they are given the title Color Company.
It tells them that, hey, you've exceeded the checkpoints at every inspection, and every inspection that you've had, you've exceeded the checkpoints, and it creates a consistency for excellence. And when you tell a recruit that he's exceeded the norm, it makes him feel good.
Let it blow, let it blow. Let it blow, let it blow. Let the strong wind blow. Let the strong wind blow. From the east to the west. From the east to the west. U.S. Navy is the best. U.S. Navy is the best. This morning you'll have to do 51 push-ups, 60 sit-ups, each in 2 minutes, and run 1.5 miles in 11 minutes.
The most anticipated evaluation is the final aerobics. If all recruits in a company meet the standards, the company is awarded the Ironman flag.
I felt really good during that aerobics test, and that was like, it was a surprise to me because I didn't think that it would be like that. I really thought it would be a bummer and we wouldn't make the Ironman, but we did it, you know, and it felt good.
Few companies achieve this distinction, and when they do, it is the high point of their training.
Keep going, don't stop.
Cutting the Ironman flag, that's probably going to stick out forever because we did that ourselves. You know, he pushed us and pushed us, but he couldn't do the push-ups and set-ups for us, and he couldn't run for us. So that's probably going to be the most vivid one that sticks out the most because we accomplished that on our own.
Everybody was under 11 minutes.
It meant everything to me. It was great. And when I did the run, I crossed my hand and I almost got real misty-eyed because he's right. It's something you do for yourself. And he said a little speech to us afterward. He said that now you can do anything you want to do.
Now you see what you can do whenever you put forth the effort.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay? That's all it takes. Putting forth the effort, meeting the checkpoint. And you did that, and you proved to me that you can do that. And I'm proud of you.
This morning your company has accomplished something that doesn't happen very often. Since we changed the criteria for the Ironman program down here and made it a little harder, there's been approximately 7 companies in the last year that have Ironman. Congratulations, you're one of them. Well done to each and every one of you, your athletic PO, and your company commanders for training you the way they did. Let's give it a Tom Sawyer. Carry that proudly. Sir. Just like that. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We got staff for it. B.A. How I love my B.A. How I love my B.A. It makes my brain cells great. Makes my brain cells great. B.A. 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 B.A.
listen up. I can hear you all the way up here saying, dot, dot, dot.
On the day before graduation, the entire division takes part in a full rehearsal of the graduation ceremony.
Under 163, all present account aboard. Sir.
Excitement is in the air, and the pride in their accomplishment is starting to show.
Good evening. Welcome to sunny San Diego, right?
That evening, family and friends attend a reception hosted by Morale, Welfare, and Recreation. The commanding officer addresses the guests and gives them an idea of what their recruit has been through.
Our MWR night on the Thursday preceding pass and review is probably one of the most impressive things I've ever been involved with. The overriding emotion that's there is pride, from both the parental, girlfriend, wife, friendship side, as well as the recruits themselves. It never ceases to amaze me to see these people who come from all over the country. I mean, they come from the tip of Florida to the tip of Maine to the tip of Washington State. And I'll tell you what, to watch their faces from the time they arrive here on Thursday evening, throughout that whole process through Friday afternoon, and you watch the chests on the recruits stand out a little more as they go through the evolution, and they're kind of showing off for mom and dad. That's what this thing is all about. It kind of gets you, inside a little bit, and when you watch the kids stand up and sing, and the parents just jump up and yell and scream and holler and, quite honestly, act like kids themselves, you can't help but feel a little pride in what we've achieved here.
For the first time since training began, the recruits get to hug loved ones and see friendly faces. Faces that are amazed at the change. A change that has taken only 8 weeks, but seems like a lifetime.
This is yours, your time. Enjoy yourselves on liberty. Enjoy. This is yours. You earned it. But also be responsible and accountable. Liberty expires on board for all hands at 19:30 Sunday night. That means you're dressed and ready to go at 19:30 in the former room. Don't be going out there getting stupid. Okay? I can only tell you so much. Now it's up to you. So, hey, let's go graduate. Let's dress and fall out. Yes, sir.
I feel as proud as they feel because I know where they have came from and I know what the end product is, and I feel proud. I feel as proud as they do about their pass and review, even though it is theirs. And the company commanders has helped them get there to become sailors. I feel as proud as they do.
I know what went through my head. Actually, in fact, it made me very, very proud. It made me feel like a father who had actually, in fact, seen his son or daughter getting ready to graduate from high school, ready to go out there into the world and do their own thing. That was like my boys out there. It was a pleasure to see that we had everyone graduate, and that did me good. And I felt like a proud father. I know our proud father must feel when he sees his daughter or son do well at whatever it is that they're trying to do in life.
When Friday comes around and the kids come marching in and on the field and you look out there at that, certainly I have to feel some accomplishment because I know that that group of people is going to succeed. We play hardball here on who gets through. The weak don't survive here, if you will. So those who do march on that field and who do graduate are ready to serve their country. So I've got to feel good about it. I think if I didn't, I'm in the wrong job.
Fellow attend Honor Man Company 163, sponsored by Surface Warfare Officer School Command, led by Senior Recruit R.P. Renteria from Trinidad, Texas.
Recruits to Division 7.
Congratulations on your graduation. As you're about to embark on your first Liberty Call, I'd like to...
If you pass and review and you walk down that parade field with this company and you go on Liberty with this company, it is not because it was given to you, it's because you deserved it. And if you deserve it, you're going to get it. Because I don't believe in putting not one recruit out in the fleet that doesn't deserve to be there. So if you're going to pass and review with this company and you're going to go on Liberty with this company, you deserve it.
Liberty Call. Mama, mama, can't you see?
Mama, mama, can't you see?
What the Navy's done to me.
What the Navy's done to me.
When a boy came out of man.
When a boy came out of man.
Aren't you proud of what I am?
Aren't you proud of what I am?
Whoa,
After returning from Liberty, the recruits must remain until their D-Day. In the meantime, the recruits get to pick up their portraits. They also receive their orders.
Mob loss. USS Francis Hammond, FF 1067, Long Beach. Woo, we're in the same part.
Anyways, I like how we all came together, and I really enjoyed all you guys, man. I hope I see you guys on the fleet now. It's been great.
The last day at RTC is spent reflecting as the recruits give speeches.
I'm gonna miss you guys. It was fun. Congratulations, everybody.
And later, confess to their company commanders about what they got away with during training.
And they gave it up.
Yes, sir.
The level of excitement is high, and few recruits, if any, will sleep.
Past 2 months has not only been hard on you, but it's been hard on Chief Savoy and myself. But when you have a job to do, and the Navy is your #1 priority, you get the job done first, okay? And I think each and every one of you should have learned that example since the past 2 months. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
So I'm proud of each and every one of you that finished with us. Proud of you. Okay, sellers. You ain't recruits no more, you're sellers. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
I enjoyed having you as recruits. I enjoyed training you. And I wish you the best luck in whatever you do in your naval career. I wish you the best of luck. I'll be around here in the San Diego area. Most of you know where to find me at. Okay? Most of you know where to find me at. I'll be here for a while. Maybe I'll see some of you out in the fleet, or maybe some of you will be working for me someday in the near future. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go home.
On the morning of D-Day, all that remains is to drop off their bedding and have one last galley breakfast before meeting the bus for the trip out. Emotions run high as the strength of the bonds created over the past 9 weeks becomes apparent.
It's gonna be all right. You never know how close you get until you depart, huh? It kind of hurts, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's gonna happen to you from this point forward. When you meet people, you develop a team, and then when that team disperses or go their separate ways, it kind of hurts. Okay, but remember, this is one positive step in your life. Take it and run with it. Everybody understand that? Yes, sir.
Let him blow, let him blow. Let him blow, let him blow. Let the cold winds blow. Let the cold winds blow. From the east to the west. From the east to the west. U.S. Navy is the best. U.S. Navy is the best.
You got guys coming from all over different places. Don't even know each other, don't know nothing about each other. A lot of the recruits that come here, they learn a lot about growing up. A lot about people, a lot about socializing, a lot about themselves. They learn a lot because some of them come from big cities, some of them come from small cities. But then once they have been living together, marching together, sleeping together, eating together, getting worked out together, the whole 9 yards, then it gets tighter as they go along in training. And it's just something that once they graduate or make it through the whole 8 weeks, it never ever leaves them. It never ever leaves the camaraderie. So for a shipmate to shipmate, it never ever leaves. It stays there with them for the rest of their lives for most of them.